Hey guys, so this is the result of my 21-day trampoline challenge. Basically what I did was jump on the trampoline for about 10 minutes a day for 21 days, and these were the results. Alright, as you can see, I have a lot less belly hangover. My yoga pants are fitting a little bit better than they were, more comfortably around the waist area. You can see here from the back that my rolls have significantly decreased. You can see more of a shape coming in right there with less bumps at the top. So what the trampoline does is the G-forces that the bouncing creates helps to build muscle and burn fat pretty quickly. I think quicker than just jogging would, along with other great benefits that I'll be mentioning throughout this video. So please enjoy, and thank you for watching. Alright, so this is day one, and as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with the bra scenario here. I guess I underestimated what kind of support I was going to need for bouncing. So that was very silly of me. So other than that, you can see that I'm testing out different angles, and the lighting isn't too great. That's going to be a running theme. Oh, as you can see, I have shifted from the bouncing up and down on two legs to a sort of bouncing jog. It was just easier. The bouncing on two legs, I wouldn't have been able to do that for more than a few minutes at a time. So I ended up just kind of relinquishing to a nice light jog. As you can see, this is day two, and I am still struggling in the bra department. So the muscles that the trampoline helps exercise is pretty much full body: arms, legs, hips, stomach, all of the above. Day two is the day that I started to notice some soreness in one leg, my dominant leg, over the other. And that was kind of concerning. So I was trying to even out the bouncing, do 2 bounces per left leg and 1 bounce per right leg. But it was getting confusing, so I just kind of stopped that and kept going and hoping that it would even itself out. And I think it eventually did. By day 21, I don't think I noticed any soreness in one leg over the other. Alright, we're in day 3 now, and as you can see, I moved locations. This was going to help me have a little bit more control over my lighting, which still isn't great. But let's talk a little bit more about those G-forces and how they affect the body. So when you're jumping on the trampoline, there is an acceleration and deceleration that causes all 638 muscles to alternately flex and reflex, toning the whole body's muscular system. That's one of the unique benefits of jumping. Not only that, but jumping regularly helps to increase bone density and prevent osteoporosis. Rebounding, or jumping on the trampoline, is one of NASA's main strategies to help rebuild bones and reverse osteoporosis in their astronauts. When you jump on the trampoline, the entire body shares the G-force impact. So, unlike most exercises, rebounding strengthens the bones and muscles without the risk of injuries to weight-bearing joints such as your knees, ankles, hips, and back, which is really good for me because I have very bad knees. Alright, so here we are at day 5, and the day before I had noticed that I was getting some soreness in my pinky toe, and I didn't know if it was because of how cold it was, and I don't know how to explain, but whenever I get really cold, it's easier for me to hurt like my fingers and toes, or if it was because I was, bouncing barefoot. I didn't have on any socks or shoes or anything. So I decided to get some socks for next time. So this was day 6, and I was noticing that I was significantly less sweaty. I noticed that in just less than a week, I had went from sweating at the 5-minute mark, so almost immediately, to going about 10 to 12 minutes before I even started to moisten up. So that was pretty significant, and I was pretty proud of that. This would also be a good time to mention that jumping does help detoxify the body by enhancing your lymphatic circulation. Just a note, I'm not shilling for a big trampoline here. These are just some of the reasons that made me interested and wanting to try this challenge. Okay, so here we are, week 2, and at this point I was noticing that my breathing was becoming a lot easier, and I just figured chalk that up to, I was exercising now versus sitting on the couch constantly. But that's when I found out that jumping can increase lung capacity and oxygen intake. So by the middle of week 2, a couple of things happened. The quality of the video pretty much stayed the same or got worse. As you can see, things are blurring out here. But I noticed that I was looking forward to my trampoline time more and more. And I was making the most of the time that I had on the trampoline. Instead of kind of dreading it and counting down, I was kind of, having fun with it. Alright, So here's where I'm going to insert a plug for my Patreon, where you can come and join me on my next challenges, which I'm doing one, if you're watching this in December, I'm doing one in less than a week, in starting January 1st, a new challenge. So I'd love for you to come watch me, support me, or even join me. If you want to become a part of my fitness family, come on over and we can take on these challenges together. I am a complete newbie, beginner to any kind of physical fitness and physical activity. So if you're like me and just want someone that you can join with, we're gonna challenge ourselves and cheer each other on, then I would love for you to come join me over there, and we can take some steps to having a better, more healthy life. As you can see, these are the socks that I ended up finding and using, and they're just some socks that I got from one of those trampoline zone places. They're thick and they have like the rubber bottom for some traction, and they ended up working really, really well. Obviously, they're made for bouncing on a trampoline. So here we are, week 3, and I'm just glad I found this for me as an alternative to actual just jogging. Like I said earlier in the video, I have not such great knees. It's been like that since I was a kid. So I need something that's not very high impact, but that also can, work out my whole body. And this was definitely that. If you have any kind of limitations like that, this is going to be something that you are going to want to try out. This week I was also able to figure out my bra scenario, and I ended up just doubling up on sports bras. If you're a big boob lady out there like me, then definitely try the doubling up on the bras. It was the only thing that could help. If you have any recommendations for better high impact bras for a lot of bouncing and a lot of boobage, please put it down in the comments below. Thank you. So this was my longest day where I did 17 and a half minutes, and I think it helped that I had more chest support with the doubling up on the bras. But I also believe that having something entertaining on television to watch also helped. So keep that in mind while you're jumping. Have something, that you can kind of get lost in. So my last day went really well. I was happy to see the improvement I had made from day 1 to day 21, and I noticed that I was less tired, less sweaty, and overall my mood had just increased tenfold. I was in way more of a better headspace day 21 than I was day 1, and that's one of the biggest changes that I noticed. So, in conclusion, this challenge went really, really well. Not only did I have marked improvements on my mental health, but as you can see, my physical health changed tremendously. I'm less sweaty, I have a tighter shape with less rolls, and I am able to physically do more things, do more now. So to me, that's a lot of improvement, and I'm happy with that. So my next challenge is going to be a little tougher, and I'm excited to jump into it. If you want to see the measurements and weigh in and results like that, come on over to Patreon. And if you want to be a part of my next challenge and go do it with me, then please come join me on Patreon. Join my fitness family over there where we can decide on what challenges we're going to do next and struggle together. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe and like.